What is up, Critics? So Rockstar has finally given us some details about the December DLC, and to start off, from what I can see here, it seems that Michael will sadly not be involved in this DLC. However, there is a returning character from GTA 4 in this update, which is pretty cool. So, starting off, we finally get a look at the front end of the Grotti Omaggio, which Rockstar teased a couple weeks ago. This one is based on the Ferrari F8 Tributo and looks very similar to its real-life counterpart. I'm loving the car model of this one. Continuing, they talk about a new business being introduced with this DLC, which is a salvage yard, which is fueled by vehicle robberies. Plus, we have drift races being introduced for select cars, new vehicles, and more. And of course, new content for the holidays, Rockstar's 25th anniversary items, and a pretty significant one here, animals will finally be added into GTA Online free mode after like 10 years, so that's good. Anyways, continuing to our second image here, this one shows the Salvage Yard Business, which is actually located close to the main airport right here on the map, which is pretty cool. And in the image here, we see a sign that's been added to this warehouse, which is now called Red's Auto Parts. Plus, we have the tow truck from Story Mode making its way into GTA Online, which is very exciting, and it actually seems to be a clean variant of the rusty one from Story Mode. And then they get into a bit more detail about the business, stating that we'll be stealing, stripping, and selling most of the in-demand vehicles via action-packed robberies on behalf of Yusuf Amir, who was one of the characters from GTA 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony. So you'll be doing this with the help of his cousin Jamal, and you'll be planning and executing these robberies via Red's Auto Parts, which is the purchasable salvage yard. And here you can also sell cars to Yusuf, or salvage stolen cars for parts, which is interesting. So this definitely gives me some import-export DLC vibes with a bit more strategy involved, which I do like. The import-export update was one of my favorite DLCs in GTA Online, so this definitely seems promising. Next up, we get a look at the new drift races, which will allow select vehicles that have the new drifting modification installed from the LS car meet. And these three vehicles here are from the Tuners DLC, so I wonder if it will be locked to those. Continuing, we get a look at our second new car, which seems to be based on the Toyota Camry XV30, which is quite possibly the most random car they could have chosen to add. I'm not sure who really wanted this car as a new DLC vehicle, but yeah. Anyways, they go on to talk about some of the new features and improvements for this DLC, including the animals we talked about earlier for current gen only, a new 100 car storage facility called the Vinewood Club Garage, which is sadly locked to the GTA Plus subscription, which again is only available on current gen, so yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I don't really agree with locking car storage behind GTA Plus, but anyways, one of the biggest things here for current gen that I think is extremely useful is that we'll now be able to organize and manage the cars from our garages through the interaction menu and move them between all the garages we have. So wow, finally, this is gonna make organizing our hundreds of cars a lot easier and save us multiple hours since we don't have to annoyingly drive or call cars to other garages. This is very, very convenient. I'm glad they're finally adding it, but again, this is only for current gen. Now moving on to the features and improvements for all platforms, Rockstar will be updating the interaction menu again to make it easier to navigate, which is nice. Also, Rockstar is bringing the LS Car Meet buying feature, which was previously only available on current gen, to all platforms, which is super helpful. So now you can buy your friends' modded cars, regular cars, or removed website cars. This is going to make it a lot easier to get those cars now for sure. Also, custom description tags for the Eclipse Boulevard garage floors, which was missing from the last DLC when you call the mechanic, so that's good. Also, voice chat will now be set to off by default. I think this is definitely the right choice since a lot of the time newer players don't realize their mic is sharing or blasting annoying music, so that's a nice plus. Also, an annual birthday gift for all players on their character's birthday, which is pretty interesting. I swear it better not be a t-shirt or a birthday hat or something, but anyways, lastly they state here that there's more to come, including new music, which is exciting, new holiday modes, more experience improvements, more updates to the job creator, and more. So very cool. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to get the DLC info this early, but I guess this gives us more time to prep for the DLC in terms of grinding money, moving cars around, etc. Now, I am a bit sad that Michael won't be featured in this DLC. However, I do think that this is a great alternative. It seems like the import-export DLC kind of mixed with the tuners update, which are my two favorite DLCs actually, so I'm personally pretty excited about this update, especially since there's most likely going to be a ton of more vehicles added, since this is obviously a car-focused update. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Also, Rockstar didn't directly confirm the release date of this DLC in the Newswire, but we pretty much already know the release date since the current event week ends on Monday, December 11th, which means that the DLC is releasing on Tuesday, December 12th. But anyways, again guys, thanks for watching, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.